Welcome to the Alamo City, San Antone, my hometown, for tonight's Monday Night Spectacular between the Los Angeles Lycans and the Alamo City Artillery from NordVPN Stadium. Hello to everyone out there in SFL Nation, alongside Paul Sarp, Ron Haynes, Mark Lopez, Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk. I am Cameron Irvine and Paulie Truth. What's up, Paulie? Welcome back, and we're ready for more Monday night action.
Appreciate it, Cam. Excited to be here with you in San Antonio tonight as we're going to see the 5th edition of the Alamo City Artillery against the Los Angeles Lycans. This will be the 3rd different city that Alamo City will be going up against Los Angeles in. And I'm wondering, Cam, if it's going to be another high-scoring matchup between these two teams. Average of 61.5 points per game when these two teams meet. Wondering if it's going to be high-scoring tonight or if we're going to see a more defensive battle between these two teams, Cam.
It's a battle of the blue and yellows tonight, but both teams do a stellar job keeping it easy on us broadcasters this evening. Los Angeles in the yellow helmets, yellow pants, white jerseys with the blue numbers. Alamo City in the all blues with the white numbers and yellow trim. Alamo City will receive to start the football game, and that pressure is on Los Angeles defense to start. A good evening to you all out there in SFL Nation. Just recapped a great week of SFL action on this week in the SFL, and we are ready to go here in San Antone, LA. Kick it. We are underway. This from 8 yards deep in the end zone will be a knee, and out comes Ace Fennick, who hit 4 different receivers for touchdowns last week. He has been spreading the ball around like no other.
Absolutely. When you have a quarterback like Ace Fennick, who so far in this season hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot, but he is 4th in the league in touchdowns at 7, only 31 for 56 in 3 games to start season 21.
This time they'll hand it off to start the ball game to the fullback, Rain Storm, a new wrinkle for the Artillery, picks up 4 and keeps him ahead of the sticks.
And I'll tell you what, this Los Angeles defense has their work cut out for them tonight. Not only do you have Brad Jones, you have Thick and Juicy and Rain Storm back there in the backfield as well. Definitely a tough task for the Lycans here tonight.
2nd and 6, they'll hand it off to Jones, running left. Brad Jones breaks off a Yosef tackle, and Jones has a first down near the 45-yard line. A strong start for Alamo City against that Los Angeles defense that has their work cut out for them tonight.
And right on cue, Brad Jones with a great first run of this ball game, able to break it outside, beat a couple defenders, and get tackled out of bounds. Top 10 running back through 3 games. Some teams have played 4, and to have 81 carries, just surpassing 500 yards on the season with that run, 2 touchdowns as well, is a great start to the season for Brad Jones.
Single back in the backfield for Jones. And Yale Montana will go in motion for the Artillery, followed closely by Jack Hacksaw. Fennick back to pass for the first time tonight, and Fennick's pass is incomplete off the hands of Garrison Blue. Should have had that one. So first 3 plays for ACA, a run to Jones, a run to Storm, and a pass to Blue. 2nd and 10.
A rare drop from Garrison Blue there, and luckily for LA that he dropped that, because if not, he had nothing but green in front of him, Cam.
2nd down and 10. Fennick changing the play at the line. 4-down lineman for Los Angeles. Fennick back to pass again. Fennick fires deep down the field. It's overthrown, looking for Blue again. Poked away, deflected away by Ryan Yosef. So 3rd down and 10. And I misspoke earlier. Rochelle Colston was the one that missed the tackle. Yosef with that pass deflection. So now 3rd and 10.
Yosef with great coverage there, almost with her first interception on the season, forcing a 3rd and long here for Alamo City's first 3rd down attempt.
Ace Fennick, clean pocket, this time caught. First down, Ziggy Roenick. I thought he was going to go underneath there for a second, but He goes long, and Ziggy's got a long reception for a first down.
What a risky throw into double coverage there. A beautiful throw from Ace right there. And to put it right into the hands of your receiver, Ziggy Gronick coming in with a great catch and extending this first opening drive for Alamo City.
He waited for that other receiver to kind of cross over and freeze Rochelle Colston. 32-yard pass there. Thank you, Ron Haynes. This ball is handed off to Thick in Juicy, a pickup of 3. I like what Alamo City's doing here on this opening possession, Paulie. It's almost like they're shoving their depth in the face of Los Angeles in the first quarter, saying, look, we can get everybody involved, and you can't stop anything.
And that is exactly what they're doing already, with 3 different players getting some action and 4 players getting action. And with Brad Jones extending this drive, breaking tackles left and right, moves them into 1st and goal.
Inside the 8-yard line, this starting offense has depth. Ace Fennick, Brad Jones, Thick and Juicy, Rain Storm in the backfield. Then wide receiver, you've got Yayo Montana, Kendra Wells, Deuce Fennick, Ziggy Ronick, and Kenny Hendricks. It was a kick return touchdown and a receiving touchdown already this season. Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll at tight end. Then on the line, Jukin Rukin, William Davidson, Charles Michael, Jamarcus Candy, and David Parker all up front. 1st and goal, 7:38 to go. A strong opening drive for the artillery, but LA is making them work for it. They show blitz. Brad Jones trying to get around it. Jones will get just inside the 5 before he is cut down by Jack Hacksaw. His first tackle of the game, 2nd and goal coming up.
Great coverage there from Hacksaw, knowing that Brad Jones was about to get the ball and able to meet him and bring him down and keep Alamo City out of the end zone.
Hand off to Brad Jones, and Jones has a touchdown. Took just under 3 minutes, but Alamo City is on the board. The blimp is here for the Monday Night Spectacular, and Alamo City has a 7-0 lead.
That was just great blocking up front. Just the offensive line knowing the assignment and executing, allowing Brad Jones to hurdle a defender and diving in for the first score of this ball game.
The beautiful NordVPN Stadium here for Alamo City's first primetime game of the season. Fennick goes 1 for 3 for 32 yards, and then Brad Jones and the rest of the ground game did the rest on that drive. 9 plays, 80 yards, 2 minutes, 52 seconds on that drive summary. So we get a chance to see what Los Angeles has offensively in this contest. Our first look at them coming up.
And credit to Mike O'Neill on the pregame show, suggesting that LA needs to be 2-dimensional here. So far, the offense has been struggling so far, so I'm interested to see what type of LA offense we're going to see, if it's just going to be pass heavy or if Logan Jack's going to be able to get going as well.
I was about to say we may not see the offense at all, as Derricus Iniguez with the pretty return for Los Angeles. It'll set him up at the 29-yard line. So we get to see Sully Richardson for the first time tonight. Not too bad. Not spectacular to start this season, but Sully certainly doing a little bit better than he did in previous seasons, taking care of the football.
Absolutely. Only 3 interceptions so far. And one of the highlights for this LA Lycans offense is the fact that their offensive line has only allowed the defenses to bring Sully Richardson down once so far.
We'll send Logan Jack back further into the backfield. Out of split back. Sully will start the game with a pass. Sully's pass. Oh, it's caught, and then it's fumbled and recovered by Alamo City. There may be a challenge there, although it, on first glance, Paul, it looked like his feet were on the ground. I think that's a fumble.
I think that's a fumble as well. And Chris Lee took an absolute shot by the defender. Yeah, I mean, I like the challenge call. I think it's worth a challenge. It's very close. We're going to take another look here.
I think he establishes his feet, and he started to make a turn. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. And if you're LA, you have to challenge this. You can't lose momentum so early on in the contest. Sully, a beautiful pass. That seems clear and obvious to me.
Man, Albert Begin came out there and said, boom, right away, setting the tone for this defense.
Yeah, calling the field stands. That is a legit fumble. What a hit from Albert Begin. And then it was Rob Foraker with the fumble recovery. LA loses a timeout. They give Alamo City excellent field position, and they put that tired defense back out on the field. LA turns the ball over on their first play.
And for LA, that's got to be tough to out a nice play to able to find Chris Lee in the open coverage and then just taking an absolute hit, forcing another opportunity here for Alamo City to score.
Brad Jones getting away from a multitude of defenders, picks up 7 to set up a 2nd down and 3.
Brad Jones averaging 6 yards per carry, getting 7 there, breaking 3 tackles on that play with a strong run.
Second and 3, and it's Montana back in motion once again. I'll hand it off to Jones, and he cuts it back up the middle. Wrestled down by Jack Hacksaw. First down, Alamo City. If you're LA right now, you're just trying to hold them to 3 and keep this game under containment.
Absolutely. Going down 14-0 would be a very hard thing to come back from, but this LA team, they're able to put points up in a short amount of time. We've seen it in seasons before. So their defense is going to have to just step up here and try to bend and not break.
It's worth noting we have seen a team on the road come back from 17-0 down. That was Carolina, although it was against winless Atlanta, not unbeaten Alamo City. Nice stop there by Jay Mart, who actually had the fumble recovery, not Rob, earlier in the contest. So 2nd and 10, halfway through the first. Good start there for LA's defense.
Absolutely. On this drive here, as Alamo City is creeping into the red zone, great play there and great defense to stop them at the line of scrimmage.
Fennick rolling left. He fires back across the field. That pass is incomplete. Looking for, I believe, Jones. He was being defended by Blackwell. That'll set up a 3rd and 10.
Tazzy Blackwell off to a pretty solid start herself. 24 tackles, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss, and stepping up there and forcing 3rd and long here, as we've seen Alamo City already convert a 3rd and 10. Let's see if they can do it again.
Can LA get off the field 4 wide for the artillery? Fennick to pass against just a 3-man rush all day long. That pass is tipped away and incomplete. Los Angeles had everything locked down. Rochelle Colston with the deflection, and LA's defense does exactly what they needed to do. They survive an Alamo City hot start, and that'll force a field goal.
Absolutely, and with the amount of time that Ace Fennick had to throw that ball, it's just highlighting a great secondary that this Lycans team has, able to play that zone defense and force an incompletion and limit Alamo City to a field goal rather than putting another touchdown on the board.
39-yarder right down the middle, 10-0. Alamo City leads Los Angeles, but still very early in this one. We haven't even seen LA have a chance to put together a solid drive. As that kick is away. Miguez on it. Nope, check that. That is it's another returner for Los Angeles. Givens on that kick return up to the 29-yard line. All right, let's try this again.
Yeah, absolutely. After a fumble there on that first drive, we're going to see Sully Richardson try to get a drive going and give LA some momentum.
First down and 10 on the 29. Split backs, hand off to Logan Jack, and Jack will get 3 on the pickup. 2nd and 7.
And with a defensive line that Alamo City has, they do a great job at creating pressure on quarterbacks. They're 4th in the league with 7 sacks. Stephen Fellows the second, and Tina Vigen tied for 2nd and 3rd so far through almost 5 weeks of the SFL.
Sully to throw. His first pass was caught. His second pass is caught. Elsie Pryor around the waist picks up a first down.
Elsie Pryor with a nice catch, putting one hand out there, securing the ball, and moving the chains as LA starting to get their offense kind of in rhythm and start to work their way down the field almost at the 50-yard line.
So LA moving now. Sully's off to a 2-for-2 start for 24 yards. Ball at the 45-yard line. Alamo City leads LA 10-0. 16.5-point favorites are the Artillery tonight with an over-under 51.5. Essentially a 31-17 prediction or something like that. 34-17 as Pryor's pass is hauled, or Richardson's pass hauled in by Pryor. First down into Alamo City territory. Strong start for Sully in this ball game.
Yeah, doing a great job, and Logan Jack picking up the block there to allow Sully to make that play was the reason why LA on back-to-back plays have moved the chains.
LA 3 passes consecutive of over 10 yards to start this game, so they are attacking Alamo City in one-on-one situations down the field. Credit the Lycans for not being afraid of testing that Artillery secondary. 7 in the box for Alamo City. 10-0 in a fast-moving first quarter. Handoff to Logan Jack. Jack nearly fumbled the ball in the trenches and only is able to pick up one. Wrapped up by Bogey Barr.
And this Alamo City defense is letting LA know that when you come into the boom zone, we're going to be hitting hard. And Bogey Barr with another, the second or third big hit we've seen already in this first quarter.
Second down 9. They hand it off to Jack, right up the gut, although Jack kind of cut it outside just a little bit. And that's a gain of 2. So the first 3rd and long situation of the night for Los Angeles. 3 minutes and counting, down 10-0.
And if you're LA, you're really looking to try to make this a 3-point ball game. Real close if they're in field goal range. Not sure if their kicker, Ditto Lindy, has the range for that, but we may see that if they can't convert here.
3rd and 7. Richardson's pass caught inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Terrence Weary with the reception.
What a beautiful pass from Sully Richardson there, finding Terrence Weary for his second catch on the season. Had 22 on the first one, picks up about that here on his second one as the Lycans are now in the red zone.
Los Angeles has kind of calmed things down after it was all Alamo City very quickly, very early in this game. Jack picks up 4. They've quieted the crowd here as well. And, some people in the stands are like, hey, my kid's got school tomorrow. So can we wrap this one up? And LA not making things easy.
Not whatsoever. And as you mentioned, the crowd got very silent on this drive after exploding to a 10-0 start in this game. Sully Richardson and Logan Jack doing what they need to do.
Jack outside near a first down. They're actually going to give it to him. Wouldn't be surprised if Alamo City challenged that, but first and goal as Jack is starting to get rolling, his 4th carry. Well, they won't challenge.
Yeah, not going to see the challenge there. It looked very close. But giving it to LA, they are having an extremely impressive drive.
4th first down of the drive. Sully into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. That is Chris Lee with his second catch, and he held on to it that time. Los Angeles strikes back.
Absolutely. After fumbling on that first drive, Chris Lee redeeming himself there with a nice touchdown there, putting 6 points on the board, and this LA Lycans offense is alive, and they are here in San Antonio ready to play.
See how he slowed down on that one, Paulie, to not run his route too far into the deep zone in the back of the end zone. Great route from Chris Lee, and Sido Lindy's field extra point is up and good. 9-play, 72-yard drive that included 4 first downs from Mark Lopez in our stats truck, and that's how you answer an Alamo City team that was about ready to thunder their way to a victory here at home.
Most definitely. I'm really impressed how after that unfortunate first play to drive down the field on a strong artillery defense is just exactly what LA needed to do.
Deuce staying alive to the 28-yard line. Looked like me playing Twister.
Deuce doing a great job. I'm not sure how he didn't fall down there and get brought down by the Lycans defenders there. Wow. Look at that, stepping over a defender, running over another one. Strong kick return there.
Ace Fennick, low-key, is 1 of 5 for 32 yards to start this game. This LA defense includes Brogan Spiraw, Ace Blackwell, Selwyn Lane, Gary Marks on the line, Tazzy Blackwell, Garrett Hudson, Greg Ward at linebacker, and then a heavy secondary, which we'll get to after this play. Handoff to Rain Storm. Check that. Thick and Juicy picks up 4. Their secondary, Mike Scott, Jack Hacksaw, TD Jack, Rochelle Colston, Ryan Proster, Devontae Moore, and Ryan Yosef. Second and 6. Fennick against 7 in the box. We'll flip that outside, and Juicy is dropped. A 2-yard loss. Wrapped up by Brogan Spiraw, the defensive end, getting the TFL in the backfield to force another 3rd and long.
Spiraw just blew up that offensive lineman. Getting into the backfield and bringing the ball carrier down is a great defensive play, and we're going to see Alamo City on 3rd and 8 here.
Fennick escapes to his left, fires down the field. It's caught. Montana's first haul of the night for a first down.
Yayo, what a catch there from Yayo Montana as Ace Fennick threw an absolute bullet to him. Nice job scrambling in the pocket there, putting a laser beam out there, converting on 3rd and 8. Great play there from Alamo City.
Likely the final play of the first quarter as Alamo City remains on the field. 2 for 3 now on 3rd down. Hand off to Brad Jones running left. He's been really strong off that left side so far tonight. Goes untouched for about 15 before he's shoved ahead of the LA 30.
Great run there from Brad Jones, turning the Jets on that play. Again, great blocking from the offensive line. Beautiful spin move, and just able to outrun the Lycans defenders there on that play.
That's the end of the first quarter. Los Angeles hanging in there. Alamo City back on the move, 10-7. You're watching the SFL Monday Night Spectacular Season 21 Week 5 edition, presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Ace Fennick down the field, incomplete. Again, looking for Garrison Blue. Well covered by Jack Hacksaw. Blue now 3 targets, no catches, 2nd down.
Great coverage there from Hacksaw. A little bit of a mismatch as the cornerback going up against a tight end like that, but doing a great job to force an incompletion there and stop the clock here early into the second quarter.
2nd and 10. Fennick to throw. The pass rush got a little bottled up, but that secondary continues to do work. Jack Hacksaw, man, he's having a banner night. Another pass deflection to force 3rd and 10.
Absolutely. Hacksaw is putting the clamps on anyone in front of him, forcing stops, and just having off to an extremely hot start here on Monday night.
Fennick is 2 for 8, but his 2 completions have come on third and long. Montana goes in motion. 3-2 dime look here for Los Angeles. Fennick to pass. Fennick, look at the pocket again. They drop 8, and this time it works once more. Los Angeles saying, we're not going to worry about the pass rush. We're just going to drop everybody. And Ace Fennick getting confused out there. 2 for 9 for 51 yards to start, and they'll have to settle for another field goal.
This Lycan secondary, just as you mentioned, allowing Ace Fennick all the time in the world to go through his reads and try to find an open receiver, but the secondary refusing to allow a catch.
Matt Fennick's kick is good, although drifting right. 8-play, 42-yard drive, but Alamo City gets points off of it. 13-7. Now it's up to Los Angeles. If they could put together back-to-back touchdown drives, they would actually take the lead here in San Antonio.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this offense again after their last drive to just march down the field. It looked effortless to them, and if they score on this second drive, like you said, for them to go down 10-0 with a chance to take the lead in this first half is everything you could ask for if you're LA.
You can definitely tell the wind is blowing in that direction here in this stadium, so LA kind of with the wind in their face at the moment. 9:40 to go in the second. 74 of you watching, including Joseph Clausen, Harish Prasad, Bob Funk, Art Vandelay, Dave Axis, Candy Kane, and others. Thanks for being here on a Monday night, keeping us company. Split backs in the backfield, watching some more great football here on Monday night as Logan Jack is put down after a gain of just 1. Let's meet that Alamo City defense that is just daunting. On the line, Stephen Fellows the second, Yogi Barr, Theodore Rocker, Robert Thump, and Tina Begin. Linebackers, Jay Mart, Bogey Barr, and Rob Foraker. Corners, Ron Hoff, Mickey McGuire, Jeff Spicoli, and Jukin Rukin Jr. Safeties, Rain Rie, Willie Bands, Albert Begin, and Cody Lawrence. Rolling, Sully, back to the left. That's caught by LZ Pryor. Pryor, sure hands to start this ball game with the third reception.
Third reception for Pryor, 2 for Chris Lee, 1 for Terrence Weary. Sully Richardson yet to throw an incompletion, now 6 for 6, 83 yards and a touchdown, perfect quarterback rating. Just incredible start for Richardson and company as they are continuing to march down the field, it looks like.
Ball at the 38. Jack 17 carries for 6 yards. They'll keep it in Sully's hands. Sully's pass is intercepted. He just overthrew his intended target. And now Albert Begin has an interception and a forced fumble in the first half.
Right on cue. Sully Richardson, just a little too much power on that one. Albert Begin was there in coverage. And as soon as he saw that pass thrown, he saw the ball coming right to him and said, "Gimme that." And then creates an interception. Yet another opportunity for this Alamo City offense to put more points up on the board. And hey, if you keep putting 3 points up on the board and your defense keeps creating turnovers, it's going to be hard for LA to get back in this.
Back to work for Alamo City, and the second time in this first half they've started on LA's side of the field, putting their defense in a difficult situation, and Brad Jones has a lot of space. Brad Jones past the 30, 20, 10, touchdown Alamo City. Los Angeles had a light box, and Brad Jones had plenty of room to run.
And the artillery, the first play, wow, what a run from Brad Jones, breaking tackles, and the speed is shown once more as Alamo City capitalizes off an interception and has a 19-7 ball game here early in the second quarter.
It's really hard to tackle Brad Jones when you got 3 down linemen and just 5 in the box, right? Right, Paulie? I mean,
yeah,
that's a dangerous combination. Once he gets running downhill, that is not good. And Alamo City's got a 20-7 advantage, 45-yard touchdown run. Ron Haynes, Mark Lopez in the booth. Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk back at SFL Studios for halftime and postgame. Dave Axis has your Axis After Dark after the game. And Paul Sarp and Cameron Irvine with you here on the call as we are almost every Monday night. Deep kick again. LA will take a knee, and they got to shake this one off. Eddie Gage said in the chat that maybe the receiver got bumped off the route on the interception. So, yeah, if you're Sully, if that's true, and you're Sully Richardson, you're thinking, man, I've done everything I needed to do so far tonight. We just got to make plays down the field.
Yeah, and if you're Sully Richardson, you just got to shake that one off. First incompletion turned out to be an interception. He's playing well so far. Let's see here on this drive if he's going to continue to play well.
Logan Jack only picks up 2, and that's been one of the special things about this artillery team. It's the first time you and I are getting to see them up close, and they just don't give up a lot of big plays in the run game. When all these other teams are, I mean, Logan Jack's longest run of the night is 6, and that's pretty commonplace in Alamo City's games. Going to have to figure out how to get him in open space. They'll try it with a pass to Tommy Rahman, and Tommy Rahman down the sidelines got a first down and more. Hand fighting with the defender for a first down.
That was a great run there from Mr. Rahman himself. And, he may have stepped out. I don't know. That looked really close. But if we're not going to see a challenge flag, great run. And after an interception, putting it on the ground, I like the play calling here from LA.
Under 8 to go in the first half. Los Angeles needs to answer. Logan Jack gets away. Logan Jack past the 40 to the 44-yard line. We'll mark it with the 45, second and 1. Man, I didn't think Jack was going to get away from there, and there's Albert Begin again making a play.
Albert Begin is all over the field, and a great run there from Logan Jack, trying to get to the outside and trying to turn the Jets on and fly past the defenders, but being brought down for a second and short here.
Albert Begin, 4 tackles, a fumble recovery, and an interception. Sully hands it off to Logan Jack. He's got a first down to the 47-yard line, and this is Los Angeles's, best bet at this point. Slow the game down, keep it close. Alamo City's got a bunch of depth, but, LA not bad either in that department.
Absolutely. Numerous defensive backs, numerous defensive linemen. LA's almost as deep as Alamo City is, but that is one of the reasons why Alamo City is always so dominant so far each week in the league, is they always have fresh people coming in off the sidelines and letting their starters get the rest that they need.
Jack picks up 8. Look at that block from Tommy Rahman. Got a couple of them in there. That actually ends a 4-play streak of Albert Begin collecting solo tackles for Alamo City as LA's offense keeps moving. Second down and 2 with 6:42 to go in the first half. Artillery defense shifting. See how they have 9 in the box.
Yeah, absolutely stacking the box here on this play.
Jack Flash goes in motion. 6:28 to go in the second. Hand off to Jack, trying to run against a 9-man box, and that's not a surprise. Rain Rie with the stop, his 5th tackle to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Great tackle there from Rie, and when you're going up against that many defenders, it's going to be hard to block every one of them, and the artillery defense doing a great job here. Third and 2 here for LA.
6:05 to go in the first half. Artillery up 27. They'll try Jack again. Great pancake up front. Jack's got a first down to the 36-yard line.
Extending the drive. Staying in it here is LA, as Logan Jack having a very impressive drive. After the first drive that they scored on was all Sully Richardson, Logan Jack making an impact here on this drive.
Vladimir Dunham, Kristen Swifty, Janae Nicole, and Bob Dunham up front for that Los Angeles offensive line. 1st and 10 out of the eye. Richardson rolling to his left. Richardson all the way back across the field. Ooh. It's caught by Chris Lee, the defender. I don't know what he was looking at. That could have easily been a pick 6, but Sully squeezes it in there.
Yeah, extremely risky throw, but
Oh,
Wow, right in between the defenders. What a beautiful throw there from Sully. Chris Lee getting another big reception for his team. And LA creeping on the doors once more.
Sully with a no look, and it almost looked like Mickey McGuire didn't think that he thought the ball was thrown somewhere else. Kind of stopped on the play, trying to collect his bearings, and the ball sailed right past him. Sully escapes to his left and fires to an open man for a touchdown. Elsie Pryor with the score. What a dot from Sully. He's off to a 9 for 10 start.
Sully Richardson is on fire, throwing an absolute dime to Elsie Pryor there. We're going to see this again. Wow, throwing right over the defense, right on the money. 6 points for LA.
A 22-yard touchdown pass for Sully Richardson. 9 for 10, a $135. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. QBR of 118.8. Extra point from O'Lindy is good. And thanks to this passing attack from Los Angeles, 9 plays, 79-yard drive, takes 3:33 off the clock. They are giving Alamo City a game here in their house. For all league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. This is Deuce Fennick on the return. Fennick still waiting for his first target of the night. He gets it up to check that first catch of the night, gets it up to the 26. So 5:02 left. Ace Fennick is 2 for 9, but it's been the Brad Jones show. LA needs an answer for that.
Absolutely. Somebody on LA is going to have to step up and force a turnover. They've had numerous times and opportunities to force an interception. Ace Fennick's thrown 4 on the season, and he's 2 for 9 so far. The secondary for the Lycans has been playing great. Someone's just going to have to step up and create an opportunity for your offense.
Showing blitz. They come off of either side. Ace Fennick throws where the blitz, or away from the blitz, and that pass nearly intercepted by Rochelle Colston. Boy, that was some severe miscommunication on that play, and Fennick's now 2 for 10.
Yeah, on one side, you have Ace Fennick, now 2 for 10. On the other side, you got Sully Richardson, 9 for 10. We're seeing total polar opposites from both teams here. And once more, the Lycans with another opportunity to force a turnover there.
Fennick trying to get going and throws it to an open Ziggy Ronick, his second catch. Fennick with some force on that football, delivers it for the first down.
Very nice throw there. Scrambling out, throwing off the back foot. First down, Alamo City, as they're trying to make it a 2-possession ball game once more.
4:35 to go in the first half. Alamo City up 20-14. Ball on their own 42-yard line. Fennick to throw, and Fennick again incomplete. That blitz that Los Angeles is sending, sometimes they're sending 6-7 guys, is forcing some quick early throws from Fennick. It's throwing off the timing of this offense.
Absolutely. These Lycans linebackers are causing an absolute rumpus for Ace Fennick in the backfield, Cam.
Thank you, Paul. I've been struggling all night long to figure that one out. You're the man. 2nd and 10. Fennick to throw. Deep. It is incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They've really abandoned the run game here just a little bit. Garrison Blue was the intended target. Back to 3rd and 10 for Alamo City.
Rochelle Colston with a huge hit there to force an incompletion and force a 3rd and 10 for what seems to be the 4th or 5th time for Alamo City. But it seems like Ace Fennick's converting on all of these 3rd and longs.
Fennick to throw, short crossers, and a deep route to Montana, past the 25-20, 15-10-5, touchdown Alamo City. That's what they did to Houston, and that's what they do to Los Angeles.
Yayo with his 2nd catch on the night. A long one for a touchdown. Beautiful throw there from Ace Fennick. the defender may have put their hand up. They may have been able to swat that one away, but Yayo Montana finding the end zone there, making it a 2-possession ball game.
Hacksaw's not going to be putting that one on his highlight reel. He just let Montana go right past him.
Hacksaw's been impressive so far to this point, so just dropping the ball there on that play as Yayo Montana just runs right past him. And Ace Fennick starting to look a little bit alive here in this game after starting 3 for 13. Now has 125 yards, 4 for 14 with a touchdown, 88.1 quarterback rating.
4:11 to go in the first half, and Alamo City has hung nearly 30 on Los Angeles, yet in a strange way, Paul, I don't know if this makes any sense, but it almost, in some ways, it feels like Alamo City's been the worst team of the two tonight, because Los Angeles has had these moments where they've been fantastic, but obviously the second best team here tonight, judging by the scoreboard.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It does look like that. Just LA not creating turnovers. Their defense is able to get stops and force Alamo City into field goals, but the Alamo City artillery offense is just absolutely electric.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Alamo City scored on every single one of their drives. 9-play touchdown drive, 5 plays and a field goal when they got easy field position, 7 plays and a field goal, and then the 45-yard 1-play drive, and then a 74-yard drive. So, I mean, five possessions, 5 touchdowns. LA's defense has been exposed. Jack is short on that carry, so it'll bring up 3rd and 1. Their offense keeping him in it.
Yeah, I don't care who you're going up against in this league. When you have an offense that's scoring on every single time they touch the ball, it's going to be tough for any team to keep up with that pace. And Alamo City doing a great job here on Monday night so far.
3rd and 1. Got to convert to keep that offense off the field, and they do. Logan Jack's 15th carry of the first half, 25 total plays for Los Angeles' offense, and 27 for Alamo City. Under 3 now to go. Hand off Jack. Jack, a lot of room to run. Nice job of the offensive line up front. Picks up 9. Rain Ria and company on the stop. Los Angeles is looking like they may be the last team with the football at the end of this half.
Yeah, and if I'm LA right now, I absolutely want to be the last team to touch the ball, as Alamo City is looking unstoppable on offense. So if you're LA right now, you just want to kind of slowly work your way down the field and try to leave no time left for Alamo City to get the ball back with.
Oh, Logan Jack, great play. I was just about to say, Bogey Barr almost made an incredible individual play behind the line. Jack lucky enough to push him forward.
Yeah, the fighting Logan Jack there, refusing to go down, fighting for every last possible yard there to extend this drive, keep the ball in Sully Richardson's hands here. We got a first down here for LA.
And off again to Jack. Cannot make one man miss in the open field. Jay Mart with a brilliant tackle, his 5th. The linebackers have combined for 7 solos, 7 assisted tackles in the first half. 2-minute warning. Los Angeles trying to stay in it desperately. Their offense needs to keep scoring. 27-14 here on the Monday Night Spectacular. Along with Paul Sarp, I'm Cameron Irvine, Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk, Ron Haynes, Mark Lopez with you this evening. Sully Richardson back to throw, dumps that one off. That is caught by Jack Flash. His first catch will set up a 3rd down and 2, and LA does not want to hurry up just yet. They want to make sure they get this first down.
3-time All-Star Jack Flash making an appearance here. The great catch there. 3rd and 2 here for LA. And if they score here on this drive, they're only down 6 points. And if their defense can step up, they're only 1 score away from taking the lead.
90 seconds left, 2 timeouts for LA. Remember, they lost that challenge Earlier in the half, Logan Jack's got a first down. Jack desperately trying to get out of bounds. He did not. The clock will keep moving. 1:20 left. Plenty of time for LA.
Yeah, I don't think that was a bad thing that he stayed in bounds there to continue to just slowly take time off of the clock. The offense is looking good as they're now in Alamo City territory. And Sully Richardson just trying to get his team back into the end zone before halftime.
Sully rolling to his right, fires it. That is caught. Chris Lee just shy of the sticks. LA will burn their second time out of the half. So they have one left. Sully now 10 of 11 passing. 11 of 12. Check that. 150. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's an impressive stat line.
Absolutely, and this is the exact type of performance that LA was looking to get out of Sully Richardson tonight, and playing an exceptional game so far.
Flash goes in motion. Sully looking, put that one right in between 3 defenders in the zone. LA out of timeouts, but they move the sticks for a first down. That may have been his best pass of the night.
Yeah, and I feel like we could say that with each pass that he throws, and Sully Richardson throwing a pass right on the money, putting it to where only his receiver could catch it, as they're now in the red zone here.
5 wide for Sully, trying to get a touchdown. Dumps it off short. That's caught by Lee. That's a 6-yard pickup to the 12-yard line. LA testing their no-huddle fortitude here. Dime look for Alamo City. Sully going into the end zone. That pass is incomplete, but a pretty solid effort there from Jack Flash to try and come up with the football. 3rd and 4.
And that's exactly what Jack Flash does.
He's open.
All he says is put the ball anywhere near me, and I'm going to go out there and try to bring it down with me. And that time wasn't able to bring that ball in, but 3rd and 4 here for LA. You're creeping to the end zone. Let's see how they're going to respond here on this situation.
LA gets the ball to start the second half. They could get a 2-for-1 here. 43 seconds to go in the first. Down 13. Still in this thing. Flash goes in motion. Empty backfield again here on 3rd down and 4. Mark follows Flash in man coverage. Sully looking, pass cut by Chris Lee, took it right off the helmet of McGuire. Down to 35 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and goal at the 5. Sully quickly back up to the line and will spike it with 31 seconds left. And that lets LA reset, but what a catch from Chris Lee, his 6th of the first half.
That is a beautiful catch, to catch it one-handed right off the defender's dome. Great catch there from Chris Lee. Strong half, too.
2nd and goal, 31 seconds. Sully's got to be careful. Alamo City brings 4. Sully, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Chris Lee. Tried to hit him on the short corner and nearly squeezed it. Another look at it.
Yeah, when they've had the success that they've had, wow, that's very close there for Chris Lee, almost with his 7th catch of the game. And that touchdown would have brought it into 1 possession for LA. Still have 27 seconds left, no timeouts left. 3rd and goal here. I'm wondering if they face 4th down, if they're going to take the 3 points, or if they're going to maybe try to punch it into the end zone.
That was low and away from Sully, but a better play from McGuire. 3rd down and goal. Richardson, end zone, pass deflected and incomplete. Alamo City will force the field goal, but at least LA looks like they'll get points off this drive. What a play from Mart. Look at that.
Yeah, extending to the fullest extent there to be able to force 4th and goal against LA. And yeah, we are going to see them take the 3 points here. And it's got to be a positive for LA to only be down 10 points when they haven't been able to stop the artillery's offense. Can't be mad at that drive.
So Sid O'Lindy kicks it through, and now look at that 17-play drive from Los Angeles that took 3:50 off the clock. Other than not getting the touchdown, they executed that flawlessly. As they get points on the board, they'll get the ball to start the second half, and they just can't allow Alamo City to score in the last 21 seconds. I doubt Alamo City will get aggressive, but Brad Jones is averaging 14 yards a carry in this half. They have just not contained him in any way, so you got to be on the lookout for that. Deuce Fennick on the return. Fennick up to the 25-yard line. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Chris Curtis, a.k.a. I Love Irvine, and I Wouldn't Lie, and Tyler Falk, a.k.a. I Promise the B is for Bashful. We'll recap the first half of L.A. and Alamo City. Keys to the rest of the game for both teams. Tyler's best game of the weekend, and who breaks their winless streak? Mexico City or Atlanta? It's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report.
It's crazy that those teams are in that sentence, Cam. Atlanta and Mexico City, winless. That's not what we're used to seeing. It's just a strange thing to hear.
Bonkers. Brad Jones, watch out!
Oh!
Brad Jones, just before the half, up to the 49-yard line, and he doesn't get away. And Alamo City may fire up a Hail Mary here. They may just run the clock. Yeah, they're just going to run the clock out. They're happy with their 10-point lead because Brad Jones is doing whatever he wants in this first half, and that is a problem for Los Angeles to address at the break. We have reached the half. We'll go over some first half snapshots before we send it to the boys back in the studio. But wow, a first half really dominated by Alamo City's offense, particularly Brad Jones. Los Angeles has won pretty much every other phase of the game besides turnovers, but they're down 10. Your thoughts on the first half?
I think that LA is playing great on the offensive side, minus the one interception and one forced fumble. Credit to Albert Begin, who has been an absolute nightmare for the Lycans. 7 tackles, 2 assisted tackles, a forced fumble, a pass deflection, and an interception. That's a stat line for some players through numerous weeks, and just playing it great so far in this first half, and has been the main reason why we see a 10-point lead for Alamo City.
Ace Fennick averaging over 30 yards a completion. Los Angeles' defense has to clean it up. APM Music Halftime Report coming up on the way. Alamo City 27, Los Angeles 17. We're back to NordVPN Stadium. After this, you're watching the Monday Night Spectacular on the SFL's YouTube network.
All right, and alongside Tyler Falk, I'm Chris Curtis with the APM Music Halftime Report. 27-7. No, I didn't lose a bet when Skippy and our 8-year-old daughter hand you something to put on your shirt. You put it on your shirt. That's where I'm at. So I'll be taking no further questions at this time. That said, Tyler, good game going on in Alamo City, where Alamo City seems to rule the play as it sits right now. But that long drive is something positive the Lycans can take into the locker room.
And they're showing us why they are undefeated, Mr. Curtis, is because they can do stuff like this. Brad Jones is able to do exactly what he wants, exactly what Cam said, and that defense is being insufferable to the rushing attack, making Sully throw the football. We'll get to that here in a second, but forcing Logan Jack to make plays. And right now, this defense is faster than him. It's more aggressive than he is, and it's stifling the rushing game. And we go back to Richardson having to make throws. He has made some phenomenal throws. Don't get me wrong. He's led now 3 drives with 4 first downs in each of those drives. Each of those have been scoring drives as well, which is key. They've only had 5 drives. Of course, we've had the one play at the beginning of their offensive tenure, and that didn't go well for them. And of course, they had the interception on 3 plays. But by and large, LA has looked very good tonight on offense. And they have played a really good game. But unfortunately, Alamo City has stood tall. They have defended the Alamo quite well.
They have. That being said, something can be said about LA's pass defense right now. They're holding Ace Fennec to a 4 for 14 start in that first half. He has not been as dynamic as he is used to being, but I'll tell you what, this game would be a lot closer if not for Brad Jones, who's been putting the legwork in to get the artillery in front. So that's the first half of the Monday night game, and I want to touch base with you, Tyler. There's plenty of options from this past weekend, and I'll even give you a couple of shots at it if you want. If you want to name more than one, fantastic. If you like one more than the other, give me that one. But give me your favorite game from a wild and wacky Week 5 in the SFL. So many close games.
Well, I'll give you two games. One is the reason why I'm wearing this hat. I had the opportunity to attend a really fantastic football game in the high school realm. I was able to be on the sideline courtesy of Ron Haynes, who is in stats tonight. Thanks you again for Ron Haynes for getting me on the field and helping you record Blair Oaks Falcons football game. So go Falcons. They performed rather well. They performed to the billing. Number 1 high school in Missouri in Division III high school football. They took care of business week 1, 41-14. And that was a good game to watch. I've been wanting to miss. I've been wanting to get to some high school football games, and I was just fortunate enough to catch Blair Oaks' game when they were in town at a neutral site game. Back to the SFL in our regard, and Curtis, you gave me a very hard choice. You gave me I gotta pick a gem out
so
of
many
gems.
options.
So many good games, but I can't overlook Atlanta and Carolina. Atlanta at home in the Hive, and for the first half, for a good chunk of that first half, set out to a 17-0 lead. It looked like Atlanta finally we got something. Finally, we have something in the bag. Here comes Carolina. They'll start driving. They'll get points. They'll drive again. Oh, interception. Oh, in immaculate interception. Kept coming. They kept coming. Atlanta can go 30 points, and it's 30-21. And Carolina finds a way to get a touchdown on a fake field goal to bring it within 2, get a defensive stop, and then march down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. Car for sure.
Yeah, a wild game in Atlanta as Carolina somehow snatches victory out of the jaws of defeat. That's how you can tell that team has officially turned a corner. They usually have snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Now they're figuring out they have to do it the other way to actually get things done. So good stuff from Carolina. Those Skyhawks doing things. And man, unfortunate for Atlanta. You talked about it. They played a really good game against Carolina, and they are not rewarded for their efforts. But it shows. I mean, you got to play a full 40 minutes in this league to be able to get a win. They didn't do it here. Them and Mexico City still on the schneid as far as no wins in season 21. And I'll ask you, who do you think gets off the schneid first? Is it Atlanta? Is it or is it Mexico City? Do either of these teams go winless? It's kind of a conundrum because, like Paul said, we're not used to seeing these names on this list.
And so while I have a tough decision, the decision's already been made. $199 super chat from Fox Highwind. He had a great day today. He just got engaged. Congratulations.
Hey, congrats, Fox.
And your special person as well. All right, back to this decision. Yeah. I can't say I do to either team. I can see one team making a playoff push even with an 0-4 record. Saw Florida do it last season. Mexico City's 0-5. They have become the Chargers pain me. I said it on air in the Portland game, but I mean, both these teams had painful losses this past week.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Mexico City. I look at their construction for this season. I don't see Mexico City winning a whole lot more games, they've got to win a couple of games at first, but I don't see them winning too many games. I can see Atlanta winning 7 of their last 8. Just based on how they played the last couple of weeks. They have been in games, and Mexico City's been in games too. But to me, Atlanta looks like the more sure of themselves team between the two, in my personal opinion. And it's only gone to show Atlanta's only played one less game than Mexico City. We have more tape on Mexico City, and it's not a diss on Mexico City, but they've got that incredible South Division to take that they're a part of, which is always competitive. I mean, you see it, what Alamo City's doing, Houston at 2-2, and how good they have looked. But we take a look at Fort Worth; they're undefeated as well. I don't think Mexico City is going to even make a sniff, even at the division, unfortunately, with an 0-5. And then Atlanta, you have not necessarily a weaker division, but a division that has always been a little awkward in certain scenarios. You have Florida, which for the moment right now, my best team on the lot, Alamo City, doing a fantastic job tonight. That's why they're also up there in my power rankings. And then you got Jacksonville, who's on the resurgence, and Louisiana still trying to find their feet. I think Atlanta has a better shot in the current circumstances. One more $199 super chat. You got to blow Dave a kiss there, Curtis.
I'll save it for the end.
Okay.
You don't kiss during the date, okay?
Okay.
That said, I think I'm on the same page as you with Atlanta. That's a team that, from a team build perspective, should be better than their record indicates. And they arguably have the weaker opponents in their division rather than what Mexico City has. Mexico City is staring up at essentially a Mount Rushmore in that South Division. Can't really get past any of them very easily. So if Atlanta gets the first one, they could rattle off a few in a row. 7 of 8, I think, is a tall task, but it's not unheard of. So we'll see exactly how that goes. But we've got more business to attend to in Alamo City. It is a 27-17 scoreline over the LA Lycans, with the second half looming. Cameron Irvine, Paul Sarp on the way with that in fairly short order. So that said, the Monday Night Spectacular now half over. Dave, this is for you. And we will see you guys after the second half is done for the post-game wrap-up. For Tyler Falk, I'm Chris Curtis. Stay right there. Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp on the other side.
Thank you, Chris Curtis. I thought, Paul, he was going to do a great thing for television, which is to keep people watching so that they would watch until the post game. I thought that's what he meant by the end. But then he gave it away at the end of at the half, and now we got to hope that Los Angeles makes this a close game. Otherwise, what are they going to come back to?
And hey, after that gesture there from Curtis on Axis After Dark, we might have to see something from Dave himself and see what he has to say.
Well, he called it the cheapest kiss he's ever had, so, take that for whatever that's worth. But first down for Los Angeles here at the 27. They'll have an opportunity to cut the deficit as they trail by 10. Welcome back to NordVPN Stadium here in San Antone, as that pass is caught by Chris Lee for a Los Angeles first down, and Sully Richardson picks up right where he left off at the end of the first half.
And Sully Richardson in the first half, 14 of 19, 179 yards. 11 of those receptions came from Chris Lee and LZ Pryor, with Terrence Weary getting involved, Jack Flash, Tommy Rahman with a 15-yard reception. Richardson's off to a good start. He's playing well. Just has to lock in and continue to put points on the board to get back into this game.
Handoff to Logan Jack, picks up 1. Now Harish Prasad getting in the mix. $3.69 super chat. Tyler Blow, Curtisini a kiss. And it's getting weird, Paul. It's just getting weird. I don't want to see. I don't want to see any of these people kissing. It's just, Is this what it's come to?
I hope not. But
by the way, Sully, I got your Xbox wrapped up. We got to talk so I can send it to you, so we can see what you're going to do with it. So
Curtis might have more nicknames than anyone I've ever met in my life.
That pass is caught by LZ Pryor. Yeah, this is a new one. Curtisini? I don't know what's happening, but I do know that Sully Richardson is still on fire, and Los Angeles is in Alamo City territory.
And I'll tell you what, the one player in the first half of this game for Alamo City on their defense doing their best Gene Wonder impersonation is Albert Begin. 7 tackles in the first half, a forced fumble, and an interception, looking like the one and only Mr. Wonder out there.
Curtisini is pronounced Curticini, according to Curtis. I have a speech impediment. Don't be upset at me. 1st and 10 as Los Angeles fires down the field. That pass is caught again. Chris Lee, this has just been the Sully Richardson show in the third quarter. He's putting on an impressive show.
Sully is lighting the defense up here all game. A nice route there to find the open space in the zone defense. And Chris Lee with his 8th reception coming up on the century marker has 92 yards so far tonight.
2 minutes into the third quarter, and LA still feels, in a weird way, somewhat in control, but we haven't seen their defense in 15 minutes, and so we've forgotten all about how porous they've been. 1st down and 10, 7:55 to go in the third quarter. Sully back to pass. Sully fires down the middle.
Got it.
Touchdown, Los Angeles. Chris Lee again. Him and LZ Pryor are both over 100, and Los Angeles has cut the deficit to 4.
And putting 3 points up to end the first half is now paying off. They get the ball, drive down the field, and Chris Lee with his 2nd touchdown of the night. 9th reception now at 112 yards. What a way to start this second half for the Lycans.
Sully's numbers will populate here in a second. 18 of 23, 252, a QBR of 133.8. Now imagine if he doesn't throw that interception.
Oof.
And I mean, we'd be talking about a near perfect night on the road in prime time against widely regarded as at least a top 5 defense, but maybe the top defense in the SFL. Well, not if they can't figure out how to stop Sully tonight. That ball is out of the back of the end zone. And now we get to see if Los Angeles has figured out Brad Jones, because he was a terror in the first half.
Absolutely, and almost took another one to the house with 21 seconds left in the half after LA kicked that field goal. And just no answer for Brad Jones. 146 yards on 10 attempts with 2 touchdowns. Along a 45, they have to find an answer for Jones in the second half.
Brad Jones got away from one. They are fighting to get to the football, and Tazzy Blackwell brings them down for a 6-yard pickup. They'll take that. 2nd and 4. And if I'm Alamo City, the pass game, it's kind of weird, right? He's 4 for 14, which sounds like a mess, but for 125, you can't necessarily abandon it either.
Yeah, and they had a chance on one of their last drives, but they just abandoned the rush game. And with Brad Jones running like this, it's something that they definitely should not abandon here in the second half.
See how everyone for Los Angeles crashed inside there? I mean, they thought for sure. Look at it. Look at everybody converge, and then he's able to break away in the open field. Los Angeles has to have better containment on the outside.
Yeah, and that is a touchdown-saving tackle from Ryan Yosef there. Their 4th tackle on the night, 2 pass deflections. A great tackle there to bring Brad Jones down there to save a touchdown.
And thick and juicy, picked up and thrown down on his rumpus for just a 1-yard pickup. Garrett Hudson on the stop.
It's looking like LA maybe defensively trying to come alive here in the second half, making some adjustments at halftime. And if you're LA, you have to find a way to get your offense back on the field and create an opportunity.
2nd and 9. Oh, a brilliant play there. Handoff to Rain Storm. The defensive front trying to attack the outside, and they give it off to the fullback right up the gut. There was just nobody there. Nearly the easiest first down of the night, 3rd and 1.
LA's defense has looked fairly strong in this territory, and they're able to force them into field goals, but outside of field goal range, you got to make a stop.
Oh, Brad Jones almost got him. That is such a tall task. Rochelle Colston on the stop, her third tackle, so the drive will continue, but at least Los Angeles is doing a little bit better job in the second half, getting multiple defenders to the football.
Yeah, and when you have a running back group like Alamo City has, swarming the football is exactly what the Lycans need to do as they finish this game and try to get their first stop in this game.
That is just wild. 5:50 to go in the third. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns for Alamo City, not counting their possession at the end of the first half where the clock ran out. Garrison Blue finally able to haul in a target, his first in 5 attempts. First down artillery.
And after a few drop passes and just off-target throws in the first half, getting 15 yards there as Ace Fenix now 5 for 15. Had a big play, touchdown there in the first half for 58 yards to Yeo Montana.
Fennick against a 4-man rush. Clean pocket again. Ace Fennick all day to throw. Ziggy Ronick to the 9-yard line. And that's one of the most underrated parts of this offense. This Alamo City offensive front. They hardly give up any sacks. That's Jukin Rukin, William Davidson, Charles Michael, Jamarcus Candy, and David Parker up front.
Absolutely, and we've seen already 3 games so far, the offensive front completely dominate the trenches, and we've seen so far tonight, Ace Fennick has had what seems like forever, all the time in the world, to go through his progressions and reads and throw an absolute dime to his receiver once more.
Toss to Brad, and Jones gets to the 4. 340 to 328 in total yards of offense in this game. LA has 17 first downs. Haven't even hit the 4th. Alamo City now with 12.
Yeah, LA has had some really impressive drives, long drives, taking time off the clock, but right now is where the defense needs to step up, force a field goal, and create an opportunity to take the lead.
Brad Jones got to the 1. 3rd and goal. Well, they're lucky they didn't run that toss the outside because Los Angeles had it red. And boy, this is gut check time for the LA defense.
Absolutely. 3rd and 1 yard to go. The defensive front is really going to have to step up against an impressive Alamo City offensive line here.
Jones. Oh, man, they almost had him. Touchdown. Artillery, 6 for 6 on the night.
Brad Jones with his 3rd touchdown of the game. When you're putting 18 points up yourself, it's going to be hard for teams to compete against you. And when you have 173 yards, you've taken one for 45 yards already. Just a great job there, bouncing off the offensive line there and walking into the end zone for 6 points for your team.
Brogan Spira almost had that TFL in the backfield, but could not get a hand on Jones. At the end of the day, it was a solid block out there from Parker. Extra point is good, 34-24, 10 play, 80-yard drive. Alamo City responds, and the pressure right back on Sully Richardson.
Yeah, and he has stepped up to the occasion so far. He has thrown 1 interception, but outside of that, he's played a near flawless game. And we're going to see here Sully Richardson with a chance to make it a 1-possession ball game once more.
LA on the return to the 25-yard line. Once again, SFL Nation, we are over 100 viewers for the Monday Night Spectacular. And if you are liking the game so far, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Handoff Logan Jack to start the drive, and Jack picks up 9. Paul, how have you been enjoying your bye week this week?
Oh man, it's been nice to kind of regroup and re-centralize, but it's back to the grind here as week 5's coming to an end. Going to be an interesting week 6 matchup.
There's scouting here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And great game to watch, great game to be scouting. Both teams playing very impressive so far.
2nd and 1. Now Los Angeles starting to get the ground game moving. Again, trying to shorten this game and limit Alamo City's offensive possessions because I mean, every time they've been on the field, they've scored. Just trying to give their defense a break.
Absolutely, and that's kind of seems to be what they're doing. Just these long 17-play drives, allowing your defense to regroup and get some rest.
Paul reads the chat.
It's exactly what you got to do.
Sully escapes to his left and finds Jack Flash. You know, he hasn't run or taken off or anything, but fleet of foot in the pocket and has avoided any sacks tonight. Neither team with a sack.
Yeah, the offensive lines came to play and came to protect their quarterback, and both of these offensive lines have looked really good so far on Monday night. They're playing spectacular.
Alamo City has 4 different players with a sack, but nothing in this game. 3rd down and 5 as Jack is taken down, so critical 3rd down here for Los Angeles as they try and keep pace with Alamo City.
If I'm Sully Richardson here, I'm looking right to number 88, Chris Lee, trying to get him his 10th reception and convert this 3rd and 5.
Richardson back to pass. Richardson again escapes to his left and fires, and Pryor dropped it. Oh, LZ Pryor was looking at Rain Rie coming across the middle. Thought, oh, I don't think so. I don't want to take that hit.
Yeah, Pryor hearing the footsteps of Rain Rie, knowing that he was going to get hit hard, unable to catch that ball there, and we're going to see the punting unit out here for LA.
They'll kick it away, and now this defense really needs to step up from the 14-yard line. Deuce Fennick on the return, and a really good return at that, up to the 25 to give Alamo City some decent field position. Okay, well, you definitely can't give up a touchdown. If you give up a field goal, keeps it 13. So, yeah, this feels, Paul, like the drive for Los Angeles if they want to be for real in this thing.
Absolutely, and it all started with a fumble, the first play of the game for LA,
Yep.
and since that moment, they've been right there, extremely close to taking control of the game, but they just find themselves 7 points, 3 points short of the lead.
And now 10, 1st and 10 of the 25. Brad Jones fighting in the interior, picks up 6 yards to stay ahead of the sticks. 2nd and 4. Ace is 6 for 16 on the night. That was Brad Jones' 18th carry. Hacksaw with the tackle.
And the Lycan secondary, they have stepped up to force Ace Fennick into 10 incompleted passes and only 6 completions. They're doing their job. They just have not been able to stop Brad Jones in this rushing attack.
Jones back inside, but Los Angeles waiting in the woods. Mike Scott with the wrap up to set up a 3rd down and 4. 10 points off turnovers, Paul, for Alamo City tonight. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, 2 turnovers there. That's been the 10-point difference. Other than that, LA has looked phenomenal so far.
Fennick to throw, 3rd down, facing pressure, pass incomplete. Intended for Montana, and Hacksaw comes up with the stop. LA's defense finally with a stand as Fennick took a crushing hit at the end of that play.
After Hacksaw got burned early in the first half, he said on the sideline he is not letting that happen again. Stepping up, making a play, getting the turnover on downs that you needed. Not turnover on downs, just getting the ball back for your team is exactly what this Lycans needed as they headed with only 1 minute left in this 3rd quarter.
From the 39-yard line on the return for Los Angeles, that's Iniguez. Up to the 40, And I may be imagining things, Paul, but I think this is the best starting field position for LA of the night. They have not faced a lot of short drives this evening.
Absolutely. They've been starting almost on the 20-yard line almost every drive, so getting great field position here. And for how well Sully Richardson's played so far, this is exactly the spot they would like to be in right now.
Hand off to Jack, but an excellent job up front by Alamo City. That was Yogi Barr, the defensive end, blowing up that play for no gain. Los Angeles's drive start position, own 29, own 29, own 20, own 20, own 20, own 27, own 25. So, yeah, they got to do something with this huge opportunity.
I feel like they got to get points on this drive, too, as they head into this fourth quarter.
2nd and 10. Jack again. Jack blown up. No gain on the play. Bogey Barr with the stop. Back-to-back plays by the Bar Association. 3rd and 9.
It's a whole family reunion here for Alamo City as we see 3rd and 9 for Sully Richardson.
Pass is caught. Wow. Avoids a 3 and out. Terrence Weary with his 2nd catch. What a gutsy play for LA. They needed that.
Absolutely. And to get field position, the best field position of the night, and to have a 3 and out would be, they would have to feel extremely upset with the result of that. But Terrence Weary getting a catch, extending this drive for LA.
That was not an easy catch either. Had to come back for it, turn his back to the defense. That must have hurt. LA down 10, fighting, scratching, clawing as we head to the 4th. We'll be right back. Curtis, tell us what our rights are.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Thanks, Curtis. Didn't get your words twisted there. Start of the 4th quarter as Alamo City leads by 10. Los Angeles in yellow, ACA in blue as the Lycans still trying to pull out an improbable victory here on the road tonight in San Antonio. Dumps it off on a check down to Logan Jack. He lost 2 yards. Bogey Barr with a rare TFL in this game. How rare? That's the first negative play for Los Angeles tonight, and Alamo City only has 1 themselves. It's got to be a record.
Yeah, we've seen defenses blow up plays all season long, and rare occasion here.
Sully, first down. Chris Lee to the 30. That connection continues now. 10 catches on 12 targets for Chris Lee.
Yeah, up to 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been crucial for his team and will be crucial for them to come back and try to put 7 points on the board here on this drive and put it back on your defense to get a stop, to get the ball back and do it all over again.
Ron Haynes and Mark Lopez in the stat truck, spot on. 10 catches, 128 yards for Lee. Now they'll give it off to Jack. Jack pushing forward. Tina Begin with her first tackle as Jack picks up 3. 9 minutes and counting. LA not in a hurry. If they didn't have to give the ball back to ACA, I think they'd make that choice, but they'd lose the game.
Yeah, all game long, Alamo City has just done whatever they want on offense. LA's defense in the second half getting their first stop, doing a great job. It's Logan Jack. Great run there from Jack.
Down to the 17-yard line. Jack just ticks over 100 yards on the night. It's been tough sledding, just under 4 yards a carry, but has kept his head held high. Another first down for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Logan Jack, longest run on the night, 9 yards. So finally breaking that century mark is showing what a tough night he's had against this Alamo City artillery defense.
It's their 21st first down of the evening. Chris Lee now goes in motion. McGuire passes him off as Alamo City shows zone. 8:10 to go in the 4th. Logan Jack, nothing, swarming to the football. Rob Foraker with another TFL, the 2nd of this drive.
Yeah, and what a better time to get tackles for loss in a key drive here for both the offense and the defense, as LA, as you mentioned, fighting, scratching, clawing their way back into this game.
Logan Jack, nothing. The run defense starting to clamp down for Alamo City. That's Tina Begin with back-to-back plays to force a 3rd and 11.
This is a key play here for Sully Richardson. You got to be looking at either LZ Pryor or Chris Lee here on this play.
Quads look. Sully against a 4-man rush. Fires middle, caught to the 4. Caught by Iniguez, his first reception of the night. 1st and goal, Los Angeles.
And if not Pryor or Lee, how about Iniguez with a huge catch there?
Wow.
Took a big hit there. That is just a phenomenal catch to be able to hold on to that ball. After we saw a fumble earlier, it's just a great play there from Iniguez.
Ron Hoff was around. An even better throw from Sully. The game plan for Los Angeles tonight offensively has been incredible. Touchdown, Logan Jack. 30 runs, 29 passes. 7 different players have caught a touchdown, and Los Angeles is still in it.
Great drive there from the Lycans. That is exactly what they needed, as they are nearing a 3-point game with a little less than 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And if their defense can step up the way Sully Richardson's been playing, oh boy, what a finish we have in store for us, Cam.
7 different players have a catch, I should say, not a touchdown, but 3 different players do. Logan Jack, Chris Lee, LZ Pryor found the end zone. 11 plays, 61-yard, 3-minute 58-second drive. Answers the first stop of the game for LA's defense. Now it's back to Alamo City in a shootout here on Monday night, 34-31, where, Paul, we've had plenty of defense on Monday night, and it's rare for us to get a shootout. We're in for a treat here down the stretch.
Absolutely, and the 5th time these teams have played, it's an average of 61.5 per game. These offenses came to play. We've seen great plays on defense as well, so it's not like the defenses are playing necessarily awful, just high-scoring game. It's going to be an exciting finish for Week 5 of the SFL.
And we have hit the over, which was set at 51.5. We're plenty past that now at 65. This week's SFL games have nearly concluded, but the SFL party never ends. Join Dave Axis and the party people as he wraps up this week's SFL action on Axis After Dark, immediately following tonight's postgame with Curtis and Tyler. The party never stops in the SFL. 6:52 to go in the 4th. ACA starts with a Brad Jones run, and Jones picks up 7. Weight room.
Not only is he extremely fast, he has the strength to fight and force defenses to their limits and throwing defenders around all night, nearing 200 yards here in this ball game.
Flip out again to Brad, and Brad is going to be short. Dragged down by Blackwell, her strongest tackle of the night. 7 in total, 3rd and inches.
And if this Lycans defense can get a stop here and force 4th down, you got to wonder, if you're Alamo City, do you go for it and try to take more time off of the clock, or do you just punt it and give Sully Richardson a chance?
Rainstorm goes in motion. Handoff, Jones running that direction. Easy money. That's a 1st down to the 46. Jones was way up the field. No one there to lay a finger on Brad. Frustration once again from Mike Scott in this defense.
Absolutely, and if Brad Jones was able to get to the outside, we might have seen a touchdown on that play, but the drive continues for Alamo City, and this Lycans defense, someone's got to step up here on this drive, Cam.
5.5 left. Montana in motion. Single back, that's in Juicy. Fennick to throw. Fennick's pass nearly intercepted. Tazzy Blackwell gets a hand on it. Her 2nd pass deflection. That puts a pause on the drive. Fennick now just 6 of 18, but his 6 completions have gone for 158.
Yeah, and that seems like the 8th or 9th different chance that the Lycans defense have had to get an interception. Tazzy Blackwell deflecting the pass there, forcing 2nd and 10 here for Alamo City.
Fennick now behind the sticks. Fennick all day to throw again. Wide open. Montana caught first down at the LA 26. If Alamo City wins this game, Paul, that may truly be the difference in the game. Their offensive line has just been the best unit out there.
Yeah, and they are proving why they are one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line here tonight. Ace Fennick has had eternities to throw the ball all game long.
5 minutes left. Alamo City trying to get it back to 2 scores. That pass caught by Montana. 8-yard pickup as the artillery continue to move. LA, all they got to do is hold to 3. That's it. And they get the ball back with a chance to win the game. They just got to keep them out. Easier said than done.
Absolutely, and we saw 2 times in the first half they were able to do just that. We're going to see here now as Alamo City inside the red zone, how's this Lycans defense going to respond?
4.5 to go. Brad Jones outside, breaks a tackle. Brad Jones is going to get in the end zone. Unstoppable. Back up to 9.
Brad Jones is playing like a monster tonight. 218 yards on 22 attempts. His team's helping him up after 4 touchdowns. He's been the main offensive threat for Alamo City tonight, and just once again throwing defenders off of him as Alamo City makes this a 2-possession game here with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go.
19-yard touchdown run. I believe that Brad Jones is the first running back of the entire weekend of over 200 on the ground. Been happening fewer and fewer each week, but Brad Jones continues to be one of the best backs in the SFL. 41-31. Alamo City back up by 10. So Los Angeles remains at just 1 stop. Good news is their offense gets to be on the field again. They have been great in their own right.
Absolutely. To put up 31 points, that's going to win you a game here sometimes in a weekend of SFL. And when your defense is letting up 41 points, it makes it tough for your offense to try to win games for you.
Great point from Mark Lopez. LA's scoring drives have averaged 3 minutes and 20 seconds tonight. 4:28 on the clock. They're going to have to push the pace. Their shortest drive, 2 minutes and 8 seconds to get a score. Sully rolling to his right. Sully deep shot, way overthrown. You could tell he was trying to press there a little bit. It's LZ Pryor's 8th target, 6 grabs, but can't connect.
Yeah, and I like that play call there from LA to try to force something and get the momentum going on this drive. Just unable to connect with your receiver, and thankfully, luckily for LA, it wasn't intercepted there.
Sully's pass tipped up and incomplete. That was almost the football game as Bogey Barr gets a hand to it. First pass deflection for Bogey. 3rd and 10. Alamo City looks like they've recaptured some momentum here.
Yeah, Alamo City, the crowd is loud here, trying to make it difficult for Sully Richardson in this offense. As we see here, this 3rd and 10, as you mentioned, could be the ball game here if they can't convert.
Sully out of the gun. Sully to throw. Oh, it's dropped. Man, Chris Lee. Couple of key drops down the stretch for Los Angeles. The receivers have not helped Sully out as much as he'd like tonight. And on 4th and 10, on your own 20, man, they got to go.
Yeah, game on the line here for LA. Let's see here if they can convert this.
Defense can't get a stop, so got to do something. Empty 5 wide for Sully on 4th down and 10. Back to pass, Sully incomplete. That's a turnover on downs. Boy, Alamo City's defense all over Los Angeles on that drive, and that just may wrap it up unless Los Angeles can hold for 3.
Yeah, it's going to be
Great
tough to
coverage.
come back. Great coverage there. Just unable to convert that 4th and 10. Alamo City's defense has been playing great. I know there's 31 points that were let up, but the plays that this defense has been able to make tonight is proving why they are 3-0 to this point with a chance to be 4-0 after 4 minutes and 14 seconds.
Well, if Los Angeles loses this game, they'll fall to 1-3. Their offense looks pretty sharp. They need a lot of work defensively. Oh, Brad Jones just stuck some ankles in some mud. That was wild. Pickup of 3. He's doing it all tonight, but LA's given up 41, 38, and 35 in their 3 losses. Got to clean it up.
Absolutely, and that's something that a lot of the teams in the league need to kind of tighten up defensively, and their offenses are looking good, and that's basically what we've been seeing here tonight as Alamo City just looking methodical on offense.
Brad Jones picks up a few. 3.5 left. That's right, Ron. 0 penalties tonight. You can't complain about one thing. You got to complain about something else. Not you, Ron, obviously, but just, the internet. 3:26 and counting. This is LA's chance. 3rd and 2.
If LA can get a stop here, force a field goal, you're still 2 touchdowns away from a 1-point lead. And 3rd and 2 here. The game is on the line here for this Lycans defense.
Can the artillery close it? They drain the clock down to 3 minutes. Hand off Jones on a 3rd down and 2. That left side's been money all night long. Los Angeles it's just not there, Paul. I mean, Brad Jones is getting 5 yards of carry off the left side, and he doesn't really have to do much.
Yeah, the left side, the offensive line,
Michael.
they've just been playing great, winning the battle in the trenches, and allowing Brad Jones to have the type of performance that he's had tonight.
Now 2.5 left. It just feels like they're just pushing a dirty needle into Los Angeles with every second of this 4th quarter as they're running this thing out. Garrison Blue up to the top of the screen, splits out wide, 3 on the play clock, 2:18 to go. They hand it off to Jones. Brad Jones can't get the push, and LA's still hanging in there. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, the Lycans defense refuses to let Brad Jones get his 5th touchdown, and fighting with everything they have in them. And going back to the offensive line for Alamo City, you got to give credit here to Charles Michael and Jamarcus Candy on that left side of the offensive line, just playing lights out here.
2-minute break. Alamo City up 41-31. Paul Sarp, Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, Mark Lopez, Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk here with you as Alamo City just a couple of yards away from 4-0. Brad Jones trying to get to the outside. Got the block and scores. Oh, my goodness. They are doing it all. Brad Jones waiting for the block to develop, and Michael delivers. What can't they do?
Exactly, Cam, and that's just incredible patience there from Brad Jones as Charles Michael gets out there and makes the block. 5th touchdown for Brad Jones here, and what a game he's had. What a game that Alamo City came out here and just lit the scoreboard up, and the boom zone is roaring in San Antonio. Wow, Cam.
48-31. People are going to see this final score and they're going to be like, oh, Alamo City took care of it. It was a close game all the way through. Just Los Angeles only 1 stop in them. It just wasn't enough. And like you said earlier, Paul, they were behind the 8 ball from the beginning. Alamo City got the ball to start the game. They scored a touchdown. First play of Los Angeles' drive, they cough it up on a fumble. And they were behind 10-0 basically from the beginning.
Yeah, just like that, to start off a game down 10-0 is an extremely tall task to get back in the game and win the ball game. But like you said, it was very close despite that 10-0 lead. And if that fumble didn't happen there, I'm sure Chris Lee is getting at himself for fumbling it. But without that play, it may have been a lot closer of a game than the scoreboard may suggest.
Sully back to pass. That is hauled in by Pryor, so they'll go hurry up. This is actually LA will take a timeout. Alamo City, this is their first game. Talking about, unstoppable this and unstoppable that. I refuse to feed into the ridiculous narrative. Alamo City's high this season is 28 points. That came twice against Houston and Minnesota. And to put up 48 tonight against LA, really impressive job by this offense.
Absolutely, and I don't think there is a such thing as an unstoppable defense. There is a such thing as a great defensive showing, and Alamo City just able to hold LA to 31 points. When you got an offense putting up 48 points, defense can kind of sit back a little bit knowing that their offense is going to put the points up and create leads for them.
Sully's still working hard out there, man. 25 of 35, 325. Has had a really great night as that pass is off the dome of LZ Pryor. 141 left. Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk going to wrap things up on postgame. I think they're taking bets to how long it's going to take to get us there. Well, I tell you what, though, that sticky note that Curtis has got on is still hanging on.
Hey,
it's
how about that?
Really solid.
Well, brand sticky note is that?
I mean, now
you need to get me some of those.
Now he's just poking the bear. Sully, back to pass. Oh, dropped by Weary. Man, that's the third drop by a receiver, a different receiver in this fourth quarter. Just, I think it's the pressure, Paulie, of it's been on them all night. It's been on this offense the entire game.
Absolutely, and they showed up to play tonight. The offense putting up 31 points. It's all you can ask for as a coach in this league, and I'm sure they're wishing the defense could have maybe held to maybe 18 less points than 48.
Sully's pass incomplete. There's our first flag of the night. Next Monday, Charleston and Canton. Paul, is the Canton Classics welcome the Predators. They're trying to get to 3-2 after that heartbreaking loss to Baltimore a couple of weeks ago. They've been on bye as McGuire impedes Pryor's path to the football. It's going to be a good one. I think Charleston's got a lot to prove.
It is going to be a good one. I'm excited for that one. I think that's going to be an underrated matchup, and can't wait to see that game here next week.
Sully's pass caught by Chris Lee. First down to the 23-yard line. Maybe LA can do it.
You
they get a touchdown or cover an onside kick.
Know.
If Alamo City's offense never gets the ball back, who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure if Alamo City's offense never got the ball, I'm sure a lot of teams would be able to beat them.
That's true. Alamo City's going to win this game, but I almost think the most impressive performance tonight was LA's offense against this great defense. I mean, LA's the first team to score over 30 against Alamo City's defense this season, and they did it legitimately, in all respects. As Flash gets inside the 20, we'll have to run no huddle.
Yeah, the LA's offense definitely looked good tonight, and I'll tell you what, Cam, they're going to have to be on point here the next 4 weeks. Their next 4 weeks' opponents' combined record is 8-4. They host Vancouver, they visit Houston, and then they host Arizona. So offense is definitely going to have to play like they have tonight, and Jack Flash with a touchdown there. And Cam, there's 1 minute and 2 left, or an extra point, an onside kick, and another touchdown away from a Lycans victory.
Jack Flash with the touchdown. You forgot the the next score that they'll also have to get. But I hear you, Paulie. I mean, you just I can't count them out until Alamo City recovers the onside kick, because this LA offense has been terrific. Sully nearly 400 yards tonight. That's Chris Lee's, or that's the third different receiver to catch a touchdown pass tonight. Lee's got 11 catches, Pryor 9, Flash 4, Weary 2, and Iguez 1. Jack and Rahman each have a catch as well. So onside kick for Sid O'Lindy. Can she make something happen? And that is going to be a solid no. And the return gets up to the LA 29. And Alamo City will be able to run this thing out. Good effort by LA.
Absolutely. Fighting until the very last possibility. Great showing here from LA, but an even better showing from Alamo City. They just had their way with the Lycans defense and just played phenomenally on offense.
Victory formation for the Artillery. They will improve to 4-0, and we will remain at 3 unbeaten teams in the SFL heading into week 6. Alamo City next has Seattle on Sunday night at 9 p.m. That's going to be an exciting one. And then they go to Tulsa, who is frisky at 1-3.
Yeah, just like LA has a combined 8-4 opponents record, Alamo City next 4 weeks opponents a combined 6-11. So a little bit easier next 4 weeks here for Alamo City compared to LA, but a lot of teams that Alamo City can't sleep on. Got some tough matchups coming up.
Don't forget, Access After Dark coming up after our post-game show with Curtis and Tyler, as they will wrap up an exciting week 5 that concluded with a shootout, a rare shootout here on Monday night, as Alamo City going to get the win 48-38. LA 1-3. Need to clean up their defense, but this offense tonight was, dare I say it, Paulie, spectacular. As that's it, 48-38. What a performance by the Artillery. They improved to 4-0. And we'll check some stats on our way out before we send it to Curtis and Tyler. Just a look at it. 26 first downs for Los Angeles compared to just 15 for Alamo City, but the explosive plays, 10.2 yards per pass attempt, were big in this game. Both teams were really solid on third downs to keep the chains moving. And, LA dominated time of possession, 71 plays to 55, but it just wasn't enough. Field position, too much to overcome, and the 10 points off turnovers, the difference in the game. Paulie, who was your player of the game?
Player of the game, first half it was looking like Albert Begin was making his case, but you got to go with Brad Jones. 238 yards, 27 attempts, 5 touchdowns, averaging 8.8 yards per carry. Game balls definitely got to go to Brad Jones.
That'll do it for our entire Monday Night Spectacular crew. I've been Cameron Irvine. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Now let's send it to Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk for post-game coverage ahead of Axis After Dark. Have a great night, everybody.
And week 5's Monday Night Spectacular is officially in the books. The Lycans come into Alamo City and drop a shootout. 48-38, Alamo City comes out ahead. Chris Curtis along with Tyler Falk for the conclusion of this game. And Tyler, if you tell LA they're going to come in and score 38 points against Alamo City, you got to think they like their chances. But their defense, unfortunately, no match for what Alamo City did to them on offense.
I'm going to paraphrase a certain broadcaster and a certain quote he said. Brad Jones, everyone in the SFL is talking about Brad Jones. 5 rushing touchdowns tonight, 200 plus yards, nearly 250. He could do no wrong. He could do no wrong tonight. Massive credit goes out to that offensive line. And to quote a few people, are they the best offensive line? I mean, we saw a couple of good offensive lines. I mean, Portland Portland's offensive line looked very good, and as Portland were able to get their second win this past weekend, I mean, but can't get me wrong, that left side of the Alamo City offensive line were just taking Lycans to tasks and making them into myths.
Yeah, it was pretty dominant from Alamo City's perspective. What to do with LA's defense and really getting Brad Jones into the second level, especially on that left side of the line of scrimmage, was where he did his most damage. So good stuff from the Alamo City offensive line and from Brad Jones as it fit. But nothing taken away from LA. A shootout. We're looking at 86 combined points between these two teams. Every time these teams get together, it's a shootout. Doesn't matter apparently what day of the week it is and what kind of spectacular we got going on. These two teams know how to score, and they know how to score against each other. Going forward now, LA sitting at 1-3. They're in the Pacific Division where they're looking up at most everybody, but the Pacific Division still trying to, nobody really wants that division as it sits right now. And then you have Alamo City in that South. They're in a dogfight, and they probably will be for the rest of the season.
You say no one in the Pacific Division wants that division. How about the Seattle Nemesis that's sitting at 3-1? Lycans, unfortunately, on the backside at 1-3, but you have a very, very talented Portland squad, a resurgent Portland squad, currently on par with the forever Pacific Division winners in Vancouver. So
True.
Are you sure no one wants that division? Because if you were to say that, you would just be giving that division to Seattle at this point. I don't think you or Andy Hamilton
all four teams separated by 2 games, though.
It's still anyone's ball game.
It really is.
LA really is playing a really good game tonight. Yes, the defense will need a little bit of work. That run game started to come together in that third quarter. We saw Logan Jack make a couple of bigger runs. Still looking. The one thing I think LA really needs to find out is where is their big play potential, because I'm looking at some of the longs. Yes, LZ Pryor with a 22-yard catch. Chris Lee with a 25-yard catch. But you take a look at Alamo City on the flip side. You have Ziggy Hronik with a 32-yard catch. Mm-hmm. Yayo Montana, 58-yard touchdown catch. Brad Jones with a 45-yard rushing, with a 45-yard rush. You don't see that out of LA at the moment.
Yeah.
They're going to need to find some big play material in order to remain competitive. And that's one of the reasons why LA lost this game. And that's why when you talk about Alamo City in that South Division, in that Tex-Mex Division, it's incredible. When there's 3 teams that are still unbeaten, 2 of them are in that South Division. I'm looking ahead to when Fort Worth and Alamo City play. It won't be next week, but when those 2 teams play, and when they're still undefeated, because they could legitimately stay undefeated. For week 14, we got a long way to go. Yeah. But they very well and truly could be undefeated by that. Stay undefeated by that point. It'll be a dogfight for the number 1 seed if that were to be the case. But we have a lot of fun to look forward to. What a great week 5, Curtis. We got Dave Axis and the crew wrapping up after us, but what a week 5. I owe you one more thing.
Thanks.
Wrong side.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go. That's better. Anyway, we got Axis After Dark coming up on the Axis Twitch channel. Pop over there when you guys get a chance to after we are done. But wrapping up things in a very, very good week 5. I missed 2 Alamo Cities against next week, but I know LA as Vancouver in their sights as we try to figure out some things in that Pacific Division. And then I've been told that ACA is going to be facing Seattle. So another good matchup for the artillery. And for next week's MNS, we have a pretty good one as well. It is Charleston traveling to the proverbial armpit of the Midwest. It's Ohio. It's Canton. I saw the look on your face.
We just had a convention in Ohio there.
I know, but it was Kentucky. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest, Cincinnati is one of the nicest cities in Ohio.
That was pretty nice, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. It is Charleston, it's Canton, it's in 1 week's time on the Monday Night Spectacular for week number 6, and that is all we have for you this evening. For Tyler Falk and the rest of the Monday Night crew, I am Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night. Head over to Axis After Dark and wrap up in style with the Axis crew. Have a good night, everybody.